going to be reading an excerpt from Aethelfur Regard's The Blood Nut. The play is about two brothers, Morris and Zachariah. They live in a town in South Africa called Port Elizabeth. The part I'm going to be reading is when Morris returns after being gone for many years pursuing his education. We are brothers, remember? That's the word, hey, brothers. There's a Brody sound for you if ever there was. Take the others, father. What is there for us in father? We never knew him, even mother. Maybe a sadness in that one, though. I think at times, like the wind, but not much else. She died and we were young. What else is there? Sister? Sissy, they say for short? You like something snaky in the grass, hey? But we never had one, so we can't be sure. You got to use a word a long time to know its real meaning. That's the trouble with mother. We never said it enough. Mother. Mother. Yes, just a touch of sadness in it, and maybe a gray dress on Sundays and soap suds on brown hands. That's the lot. Father, mother, and the sisters we haven't got. The rest is just the people in the world, strangers and a few friends, and none of them are blood. But brothers, try it. Brotherhood. Brothers in arms, each other's arms. Brotherly love. Aw, it breeds man. It's warm and feathery like eggs in a nest. I'll tell you a secret now, Zach. Of all the things there are in the world, I like most to hear you call me that. Zach. Zachy. Zachariah. And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me. O Lord, O Lord. So he became a hobo and wandered away a marked man on a long road until a year later in another dream. He spake again. Maybe he needs you, he said. You better go home, man. So he turned around on the road and came back. About this time a year ago, could have been today. I remember turning off the road and coming this way across the field. The sun was on my back. Yes, I left the road because it went a longer way around and I was in a hurry, and it was autumn. I had noticed the signs on the way. Motor cars were fewer and faster. All of them were crowded and never stopped. Their dust was yellow. Telephone poles had lost all their birds and I was alone and getting worried. I need comfort. It's only a season, I said bravely. Only the beginning of the end of another year. It happens all the time. Be patient. Which was hard hurrying home after all those years. Don't dream at night. You must get by without the old dreams. Maybe a few new ones will come with time, and in time, please, because I'm getting desperate, hey. I remember praying. Then I was off the road and coming here across the field, and I thought, it looks the same. It was, because when I reached the first Pondookies and the Thing Dogs, the wind turned and brought the stink from the lake and tears, and a clear memory of two little Algies in khaki brooks. No one recognized me after all those years. I must have changed. I could see they weren't sure and wanting to say sir at the end of a sentence and ask me for work and wanting to carry my bundle for Tiki. At first I was wanting to carry my bundle for Tiki. At first I was glad. But then a certain sadness in being a stranger in my old home township. I asked the time. It's not late, they said. Not really dark. Don't worry. It always gets this way when the wind blows up the factory smoke. The birds are always fooled and settle down too soon to sleep, they assured me. I also asked the way. 6 down, they said, pointing it to the water's edge. So there was only time left for a few short thoughts between counting the doors. Will I be home? Will I be welcome? Be remembered? Be forgiven or forgotten after all those years? Be brave, Morris, because I had arrived at that door here about a year ago. I remembered I'd reached it and held my breath and knocked and waited outside in the cold, hearing a move inside here. And then there was my heart as well, the smell of the water behind my back, his steps beyond the door, the slow, terrible turning of the knob. The squawk of a rusty hinge, my sweat until at long last, after a lonely road, he stood before me, frowning. You were wearing this coat. It's been a big help to me, this warm old coat, then, and in the days that followed, but especially then. It was all I saw at first. I didn't dare look up, because your eyes were there, and down below on the ground were your sad square feet, and coming out to me, your hands, your empty hands. So I looked at your coat, at the buttons, at the tears, your pockets hanging out, while we talked. And that night in the dark, when you slept, I put it on, because I've got to get to know him again, I said, this brother of mine all over again. It was a big help. You get right inside the man when you can wrap up in the smell of him and imagine the sins of idle hands and empty pockets and see the sadness of snot smears on the sleeve while having no lining and one button had a lot to say about what it's like to be him. When it rains and cold winds, it helped a lot. It prepared me for your flesh, Jack. Because your flesh, you see, has an effect on me. The sight of it, the feel of it, it feels you see. Pain, and all those dumb dreams throbbing under the raw skin, I feel, you see. I saw you again after all those years, and it hurts. And that's all.